Have you ever noticed that the people who constantly tell you they're authentic are often the ones trying the hardest to prove it? For years, Meghan Markle has built her public image around one key idea: authenticity. Through interviews, documentaries, podcasts, and now her lifestyle brand, she has repeatedly presented herself as relatable, genuine, and real. But here's the problem: the more she tries to convince people, the more critics seem to question it. Today, we're looking at 10 reasons why many viewers believe Meghan Markle struggles to come across as authentic. And trust me, some of these reasons become even more surprising as we move down the list. Let's start with number 10. Recently, Meghan has expanded her lifestyle brand by selling products ranging from fruit spreads and jams to candles and even matches. But many viewers have noticed something strange. Whenever a product is promoted, the spotlight rarely stays on the product itself. Instead of seeing detailed demonstrations or explanations about what makes the product special, audiences often see Meghan walking through gardens, arranging flowers, carrying baskets, or posing in carefully designed settings. As a result, many people end up asking a simple question: what exactly is being advertised here, the product or Meghan Markle? Critics argue that successful entrepreneurs usually focus attention on the item they're selling. They explain its benefits and show exactly why customers should care. With Meghan's promotions, however, the attention often shifts back to her personal image. And that's where the next criticism begins. Many viewers feel that almost everything surrounding Meghan appears highly produced and carefully planned. Every shot, every smile, every scene, everything feels polished. And for some people, that's where authenticity starts becoming difficult to believe.
Meghan Markle's authenticity. Many people believe everything surrounding Meghan feels carefully planned. Every smile, every pose, and every scene appears perfectly controlled. Of course, there's nothing wrong with professional production, but audiences tend to connect with moments that feel spontaneous and real. People enjoy seeing mistakes. They enjoy seeing awkward moments and unexpected reactions because those moments remind us that we're watching a real human being. That's why celebrities who aren't afraid to show imperfections often feel more relatable and more authentic. Real life isn't perfect. Everyone makes mistakes. Everyone experiences failures. Everyone has messy moments. But Meghan's public image often appears almost flawless. The perfect kitchen. The perfect clothes. The perfect family moments. The perfect lifestyle. And that's where some viewers start becoming skeptical. Because the more perfect something looks, the more people begin to wonder how much of it is actually real. For many critics, authenticity isn't about looking perfect. It's about being willing to show the imperfect parts too. And in the next part, we'll look at why critics believe Meghan spends too much time trying to control her public image, and why that strategy may have completely backfired.
Now we're getting to one of the biggest reasons critics believe Meghan Markle struggles to connect with audiences. Many people feel that Meghan spends too much time trying to control how the public sees her. She wants to be viewed as a humanitarian, a success story, and one of the most admired women in the world. But here's the problem. The harder someone works to control their image, the more obvious that effort becomes. Audiences are surprisingly good at spotting when something feels natural and when something feels carefully managed. And according to critics, Meghan's public image often feels more managed than genuine. Many successful public figures simply focus on their work and allow people to form their own opinions. They don't spend every waking moment trying to influence how they're perceived. For Meghan, however, image management often appears to have become a full-time job, and critics argue that this strategy has actually backfired. Another common criticism involves how Meghan responds to public feedback. Everyone receives criticism, especially public figures. The most successful people often use criticism as an opportunity to learn, improve, and grow. But critics claim that Meghan seems more comfortable accepting praise than addressing criticism. And when criticism is constantly pushed away, personal growth becomes much more difficult. That's one reason some observers believe Meghan's public image hasn't evolved as much as it could have over the years. Instead of adapting to feedback, they argue that she often focuses on controlling the narrative. And that brings us to one of the most interesting points so far. Many viewers say they don't feel like they're watching a real person. They feel like they're watching a carefully constructed public character. Every interview feels rehearsed. Every appearance feels planned. Every moment feels designed to create a specific reaction. And when audiences begin noticing the performance, authenticity becomes harder to maintain. In the next part, we'll get to the most amusing reason on the list and why some viewers believe Meghan's attempts at being relatable often have the opposite effect.
Now we've reached what many critics consider the most amusing reason on this list. As a lifestyle personality, Meghan is expected to give audiences a genuine look into her everyday life. But many viewers feel they're not watching real life. Instead, they feel like they're watching a performance. Every conversation seems rehearsed. Every reaction feels planned. And every moment appears carefully prepared before the cameras start rolling. Critics argue that authenticity comes from spontaneity. It comes from imperfect moments, unexpected reactions, and mistakes that nobody planned. Another criticism often mentioned is humor. People naturally connect with public figures who can laugh at themselves and embrace awkward moments. But many viewers believe Meghan's content often feels overly serious and tightly controlled. And that's where the problem begins. Because audiences don't relate to perfection. They relate to real life. To mistakes, struggles, and ordinary moments. According to critics, Meghan's biggest mistake may be trying too hard to look perfect when people are simply looking for something real. And in the final part, we'll answer one important question. Can Meghan still change public opinion, or has her image already been permanently damaged?
So, can Meghan Markle still change public opinion? The answer is yes, but only if she's willing to do something many critics believe she has avoided for years. Be real. Not perfect, not polished, just real. The public doesn't expect celebrities to have perfect lives. In fact, the celebrities people connect with the most are often the ones who openly share their struggles, mistakes, and failures. Authenticity isn't about convincing people you're authentic. It's about showing them who you really are. That's why so many successful public figures don't spend their time telling audiences how genuine they are. Their actions speak for themselves. And that's exactly where critics believe Meghan continues to struggle. The harder she tries to control the narrative, the more people seem to question it. The harder she tries to appear perfect, the less relatable she becomes. At the end of the day, people don't connect with perfection. They connect with honesty. They connect with vulnerability. And they connect with people who aren't afraid to show their flaws. Maybe that's the biggest lesson from this entire story. Because sometimes the qualities we try hardest to hide are the very things that make people like us. Now we want to hear from you. Do you think Meghan Markle is truly misunderstood? Or do her critics have a point? Let us know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. Because our next video explores another celebrity story that may completely change the way you see them.